Many of you might not know this, but I like movies. Surprise, surprise. I like some movies. There are some movies that are pretty cool. And one sub-faction, subgenre, if you will, of movies that I enjoy are movies that are so bad they're good. I'm talking like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Everything Steven Seagal has ever made. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Now, Misfit at Demon Academy. This is an anime you may have heard about. I've seen a lot of people posting about it on Twitter. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the new It's So Bad It's Good anime. We'll get more into what makes something so bad it's good later on, but for now, all you really need to know is Misfit at Demon Academy is essentially One Punch Man, but written by an edgy 14-year-old, which I know doesn't sound that appealing right off the bat, but let me assure you, despite me saying that, I absolutely think it's worth watching because it's very funny. And I will be honest, it is sort of, even me, a seasoned veteran of the so bad it's good genre, I'm a little bit taken aback always by something that's as serious as this, but it just manages to be so hilarious. Like, I feel strange laughing at something knowing that the people who made it weren't thinking of people laughing. They were thinking, dude, this is so badass. What we've made, this is amazing. This is so good. And meanwhile, I'm just laughing my ass off. So I'm going to get pretty much the only good thing about this anime out of the way, and that is that it's technically sound. I mean, animation's good, sounds good, etc., no problems. I actually don't really think that technical level stuff can be bad and an anime still be good. I think if animation's bad, you've just got a bad anime. I think if sound is bad, you've just got a bad anime. So thankfully, Misfit at Demon Academy has the technical side of anime down pretty well. It does a good job. I think the animation looks clean. I think the character designs are okay for the most part. Some of them are a little weird, and we'll get to that. I think this clip sums up perfectly just everything, just the insanity and ridiculousness of this anime. I mean, look at him. Look at him spin this castle on his fingers. Stop that. Do not do that anymore. I don't want to see that. Stop doing that. And there are tons of moments like this from the anime. You may have seen very heavily memed the absolute cringe lines that come from this anime of like, oh, you thought killing me was enough to kill me? You fucking idiot. And I gotta say, I love it. There's like a threshold, right, where you have corny lines and then you have full-blown cringe, and then if you go a step even further past that, you have what we get here, which is like, it's transcended cringe and just become very funny. But again, what makes it so funny is this isn't trying to be funny. This is 100% serious, trying to be badass. Him saying, oh, you thought killing me was enough to make me die? You're a fool. They thought that was a badass line. They were like, dude, put that in. That is gold. And that's what makes it funny. If this was trying to be funny, if this was a comedy anime and someone said that, it would be like, whatever. But the fact that this is 100% serious shonen going for gold, oh, amazing, beautiful. Now, So Bad It's Good anime is a lot less common than things like So Bad It's Good movies or TV shows or even music, and which I'm a big fan of, by the way. Like I said before, I fucking love So Bad It's Good movies. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. So my ex-brother-in-law and I had this ongoing hobby with each other for like 4 or 5 years where on each other's birthday, what we would do is we would go find like a million. This was back when DVDs were a thing, kids. And we would go find like 20 DVDs and give it to each other as a gift. And then, because our birthdays were like, I think, several months apart, if I'm remembering correctly, we would basically spend the time in between birthdays watching all of the movies that the one person gave as a gift. And so for a long time, before I got rid of basically all physical movies, because there's no point in having them anymore, I had shelves of these terrible movies that we would give each other, and we would find things like Steven Seagal 4-in-1 special, or like these 9-in-1 horror movie things that had a budget collectively of like $70. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they were all good. In fact, most of them were awful, but the occasional time where I would say it was like 1 in 6 that we found a good one, it was just amazing. It was like one of the funniest things. We would love watching. I remember we'd have friends over, we would watch it. We made a whole big event out of it. And like I said before, So Bad It's Good anime is a lot less common. I can't think of very many off the top of my head, and I think there are a few reasons for that, but I think for the most part, when an anime is boring, when an anime is bad, it just comes across as boring, and something that is boring, in my opinion, can never be good. I think the most egregious sin an anime, a manga, a series, anything can commit is being boring. I think Genuinely, like, okay, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. One of the reasons I hate Black Clover, I know this isn't a video about Black Clover, but one of the reasons I don't like it is just so boring. And to me, that is the worst sin an anime can commit. But not the case with Misfit of Demon Academy. Holy shit, this anime is always a wild ride. There's always shit going on. And one of the things I love so much about it is the characters. It's strange because it almost feels like an anime that was made in like an alternate dimension. And why I'm saying that is because all of the characters feel like almost tropes. They are like tropes. Someone was going for like well-known tropes with these characters, but just barely missed the mark so that they're off by a little bit. It's the equivalent of, if you guys are cool like me, you pulled this prank when you were a kid, where every time someone leaves the room, you move stuff like 2 inches to the left or right, and they'll never be able to outright tell because you're moving it so little at once, but everything will just feel a little bit off to them, and that's how I feel about the characters in this anime. And we can't talk about characters without bringing up in my opinion, the thing that makes this anime the most funny, and that is the 7 demon emperors. Now, basically, our main character, our demon lord boy, he created 7 of his own boys. These guys are some of the it's wild how stupid these characters look. Like, honestly, these characters alone, I remember seeing like pictures of them and some from the manga, and I remember seeing them being like, this can't be serious. Like, there's no way a human being with a real brain would make a character look like this. But now I've seen the anime and I know that these are serious characters that a human being made. Again, with design, they kind of, it seems like they're trying to hit on like previously done tropes, but they're just missing by a tiny bit. A good one is what is it, Ivis, the necrophiliac guy. He kind of is like almost inspired by Ainz from Overlord, but like he's just weird and his body doesn't make any sense. Oh, I love it. And we get to one of my favorite things. Now, if you're someone who's like me, you're a connoisseur of these so bad it's good things, what you'll know is that a lot of times in these so bad it's good, whether it be movies, whatever, that they're a big fan of the twist. They always think that they need to have a twist, but the problem is they always do it horribly. And of course, this is no exception. There's a twist. Spoiler alert, I guess. If you care about being spoiled about this anime, dude, your standards are way too low. But the whole thing is, Anos, our main character, is the demon lord. There's an imposter, right? And he's like, yo, what the fuck? Who is this imposter? The only problem is, they made it so fucking obvious who the imposter was that we've known since we first saw him. Which, again, watching the most recent episode of this anime, I was like, is this serious? I keep being confused because I feel like there's no way a human could think that this was a good idea or think that this was cool, but it doesn't go far enough to be a joke. I suppose all I can really say is anyone who would get tricked by Lei turning out to be the false demon king, I would imagine is also the type of person that would read Superman comics and be genuinely tricked by the disguise of Clark Kent. Like, just him having glasses on. People always meme all the time of, oh, well, Superman's disguise is just glasses. But then, and so you think, oh, well, that would never work in real life. But then there are people in real life who I saw on Twitter saying, like, wow, what a twist. And so I imagine Superman could actually get away with the whole just glasses disguise. Anyways, that's all for today. Misfit of Demon Academy anime is a 0 out of 10, which makes it a 10 out of 10, which means you should go watch it. Anyways, I'll be back with another video the day after tomorrow, and I won't spoil it, but it is, in fact, an MP4 file.